Hello and welcome to another educational video. In this series, we discuss various business programs and terminology and how it affects the business world at large. For today's topic, we will be discussing what is the 8A Small Business Program. Welcome back. I am Jamie White, and today we will be discussing what is the 8A Small Business Program. As always, I like to start off by simply saying that if you like the series that we have been conducting over the past couple of months, please consider supporting us at the following location. So if you would visit suppliertynews.com, please sign up for a membership. It starts at 99 cents per month, and then after that, $5.99 the following months. As always, before we start, I would like to say, make sure, once again, if you like what we're doing, make sure that you like the video, comment on the video as well, subscribe to make sure that you get more notifications on what we're doing, and also share with other people who may be interested in this type of information. Now let's go ahead and get started. Once again, we will be discussing what is the 8A Small Business Program. Now, before we start and learn more about what is the 8A program, we first need to understand what a small business is. Now, if you've been taking a look at our small business, or if you have taken a look at our small business presentation, this will be a little bit of a review, but it is necessary so that you can understand what the program is. For starters, a small business is a privately owned company that is defined as small by various government standards. When we're discussing the 8A program, we will specifically be looking at the standard as is set by the United States of America. Now, within the United States of America, this government organization that is the overseer of small businesses and mandates what is described as a small business in different areas is the Small Business Administration, aka the SBA. Now, the SBA releases a table of size standards that can be found online in the small business size regulations set forth in the Electronic Code of Federal Regulations. The SBA determines a small business based on the North American Industry Classification System. Now, these NAICS codes are important because what they'll tell you is what is defined within each industry, what is defined as a small business. So in certain industries, a small business may be a business that makes less than $1 million in revenue versus in another industry that may be a business that makes less than 40 million in revenue. In addition, it could also be a difference when it comes to the amount of employees that a company has as well. So each NAICS code defines what a small business is. So if a business, just for your knowledge, a business can also be in multiple NAICS codes, so they can have 5 or 6 different NAICS codes. It can actually be considered a large business, and two or three of those, and then a small business in the remaining NAICS codes as well. So it really depends on the definition when it comes to the NAICS code. Now, when it comes to small business certifications, there are various types of certifications, and programs, I would say, and programs. So I'm just simply showing you a list of the different small business certifications and programs that a small business can take a look at and be considered for, one of which, as you can see here, is the 8A Business Development Program. But there are also others as well, and I just wanted to kind of note that before so that you can see it, that this is once again just one of many. Now, let's talk about the 8A program itself. The federal government's goal is to award at least 5% of federal contract dollars to small disadvantaged businesses each year. Now, once again, this is determined by the NAICS code, so make sure you understand which NAICS codes you set forth and what you qualify for. Now, in order to get certified, the business needs to have access, obviously, to certified.sba.com, and from there, just simply fill out your profile. Now, once accepted, you'll be shown, as you can see on the page here. So that way, when a government employee is looking to award a business, you will be included in that particular opportunity. Now, what makes this such a a outstanding program, excuse me, is the fact that you cannot, or a better way of saying this is, there are different contracts that are specifically targeted to these small business companies. So as a small business, if you're looking to get your foot in the door when it comes to government contracting, this is one way to do it. Now, this is great because on a federal level, if you're able to, win a contract, do business, and then do a good job, now you can go to the local or state level and also win, additional opportunities. For those who are unaware, it is notoriously hard to win a government contract if you're just kind of just standing out here and just saying, hey, I want to go for a government contract. These types of programs are necessary to help you get your foot in the door, kind of like a networking piece, so that you can get those opportunities. But once you're here and once you get that opportunity, and if you do a good job, this is a great first step to do it. Now, 8A qualifications. Now, this is, obviously you can sit here and kind of read through everything in terms of what it is, but I guess the big piece here is a couple things here. So one of the points is you have to be owned by someone whose personal net worth is $250,000 or less, or be owned by someone whose average adjusted gross income for 3 years is $250,000 or less, or be owned by someone with $4 million or less in assets. Right. So the key piece here is ensuring that the people who are owning this business, aren't just your typical millionaire or multi-millionaire person who's looking to win business and just expand their net worth. This is strictly for people who are considered economically disadvantaged. and I know some people are like, $250,000, that's a lot of money. I feel like that's, if you have $200,000, you're not economically disadvantaged. As a person who's owned a business and whatnot, what I will say is like that's definitely considered a small business. I mean, when you take out things such as like taxes and then employee payroll that you have to pay and whatnot, I mean, you aren't really making a lot of money if you're making under that type of dollars. So because of that, this is like a really good way to get your foot in the door. Now, there are additional things as well. Let me see real quick. Sorry, I apologize for jumping around. So, for some reason, I missed a very important part, which is the length of time. I'm very surprised that I don't have that here, so I apologize. But one of the things is the 8A program is something that's time sensitive. So it actually only runs for 9 years. So one of the things that's also talked about when it comes to, I apologize for that. Usually have that, but one of the things that's really noted when it comes to the 8A program is the fact that when you try to go for this program, you really want to make sure that you have your ducks in a row and you're really ready for an opportunity to be given to you, or not to be given to you, but to earn an opportunity. The reason for that is because it's a time limit. You want to make sure that when you go in there within the first 2 or 3 years, you win a contract. So that way, the next 5 or 6 years, you're steadily making money and you're steadily building up your business, so that when you leave the 8A program, you're this official business that has proved itself that you have the ability to accomplish these different types of projects and successfully accomplish them. So that when you go for other federal contracts outside the 8A program, or local or state contracts, you can do so and continue to live off of and improve your business. One of the things that I've heard from people who have done the 8A program where people fail at this is a couple ways. So the first piece is that they're not ready to do business with the federal government when they're given their 8A status. So because of that, it takes them 4 or 5 years to really even be competitive. But at that time, you're already halfway through and you've really lost your competitive advantage when you're first coming in and wrapping up. So you don't want to get into these 8A programs and having to ramp up when you're in the program. You want to make sure that you're already ramped up before you win that program certification, if you will. So that way, once you get it and you come in, year 1 or 2, you're ready to do business. The second piece I've heard about that is a little bit of a warning is the fact that once again, because it's time sensitive, because it's 9 years, once that time is up, some businesses don't know what to do after that, right? So you've gotten, you made millions of dollars, hopefully, within the 8A program, but now that it's ended, you don't really know how to win other business outside of that because you haven't expanded your network based off of your previous successes. So what'll happen is, you'll have that ramp up, you're making millions, and then now that you're out of it, you'll go bust. So with those two pieces, my advice that I would give you is, when you're going into these programs, or the advice that been given by people who have gone through the 8A program, is that you want to make sure that you're ready to do business day one. Once you get that 8A certification, or once you qualify for 8A, and then as you're winning contracts within the 8A program, you also want to make sure that you're expanding outside of that program, so that way, when that program is over, you've established yourself in other areas thanks to the 8A program. Okay. Now, there are other pieces inside the 8A program that you can also go through once once you win that 8A program status. The first piece is the 8A Mentor Protege program. It's exactly how it sounds. If you want a mentor or someone to help guide you through the program, this is another guide you through the 8A program. This Mentor Protege program can help with that. So as you can see, it helps with technical assistance, financing in the form of equity investments, trade education. So really, like, educating on how to win, various types of contracts. To qualify, you have to already be in the 8A program, have at least 6 months remaining in its 8A program term, be in development stage of the 8A program as well. So once again, getting that guidance is also helpful as well. I'm sure, and definitely if you can get that early on in the process, having that lead to other contracts is in my opinion would be worthy of it. And then the 7J Management Technical Assistance. So this is just further assistance if you need it when it comes to different things like that are mentioned here. So as you can see, business activities, marketing, accounting, opportunity development, things like that. So really education on how to properly go through the program. So as you can see, not only can you be awarded the program, but also you can get assistance in trying to maximize that piece as well. Okay. Connect with us. Now, first off, thank you so much for your time. Once again, I apologize for missing the whole nine years. That is very important. A program does have a time limit. But with that being said, if you want to know any more about some of the information that we've gotten, feel free to connect with us. Once again, if you want to email me, you can at jamie.white@suppliertynews.com. You can also follow us at Twitter, Facebook, Medium, and LinkedIn. I probably need to update those because we now have more followers. We have over 1,400 followers at Twitter now, so we're doing pretty. We're getting there, if you will. And then, if you want to find out more about the 8A program, essentially I just went to the 8A program, got some more information. But I do have prior experience in speaking with other people who have been through the 8A program, who have told me kind of the best ways to navigate it from a broad scale. If you want any more in-depth analysis that take a little bit more time, but definitely just want to make sure that you understand, from a bird's eye view, what it takes and how it can benefit you. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to another one of our videos. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment on the video. Thank you so much and have a great day.